Hi guys and welcome to Fred's Tips and Tricks. In this video I'm going to show you how to install a tow bar and wiring kit on a Hyundai Kona. Like and subscribe. Okay, so we have to remove the rear bumper. Self-tapping screw all of these in this one so I can keep track of all the bolts. The one. Okay, so that should be 4 here. One up there. So just removing all of these 4. Okay, shit. So this is actually so tight that you can't really do it. Yeah, just barely did it. Yes. So, and there should be 4 on the other side as well. I'm not gonna record that. These clips, this one here, and similar on the other side. I have one of these. You can just use a screwdriver, but when I'm using this one, I think it's more gentle. So, putting it in between the 2 plastics. So not above both, but in like this and pushing in. And then it's taking it like this. Loosened. I'm just gonna put it here. That was 4 nuts, 10mm, and 2 down there. But you have to remove then these 2 finger screws. Then you had a lot of clips. Where I showed you, and then now I have access to these 3 points, the ones you have to connect to these plates for the Towbar. This one here we have to remove. I just started on clicking this one in here with my fingernail in here, and then I could take this way away from this, and this was sitting in here. Putting it in here and then just gently doing like this while I was wiggling this. So take this one off, and complementary on the other side. Yeah, like that. Nice. Okay, so I pushed down in this direction while I was pulling. Yeah, that's so cool. Nice. Like and subscribe. So now that's loose. Have to pull quite hard, but yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, that's so cool. Nothing broke and stuff like that. So nice. And now it should be coming off, I think. I'm having something down here. If I drop it, he just wiggles it like. Yeah, now it's loose on this side. I'm just wiggling while pulling back in the car and the panels here and lifting. Yeah, I have to pull this direction up here. Yeah, that was the sound I wanted. It's loosen now. I'm just trying to. Yeah, one more. Yeah, I'm like, oh, and it all went off. That's so awesome. I got it. Yes. It was these 4 that I had to pull out. That's 2 plates. This kind should be the same, I think. It looks like it's the same. These has to be torqued at 75 Newton meters. So I'm putting it up here like this. And there. And then I'm doing like this, there, and then bolts through here. These ones should be away from the bolts, so with these points here, makes sense going into the chassis and like locking itself. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll just prepare them all so I don't forget one. I'm taking the outer one, just checking if it says like right side, left side. It doesn't, so putting this through, and I know it's the first hole. It's through, and I'm taking this hole because it's the easiest for me to control. I'm not all the way in because I have to get the other ones. Remember the spacer. Ooh, remember not to drop it. Perfect. And not like hand tightening it all the way. Now it should be placed right. Yeah, that's perfect. And I'm waiting with the torque wrench because I just have to see, sometimes I do something wrong and then I have to do it all over again, so I'm just waiting, making it wiggle like that. Like and subscribe. Cool. And that's like that. And this one has to have 75 Newton meters of torque, as well as these 6, as well as on the other side. This has to go in this direction into the beam that has an internal thread, and this hole down here, that's a hole here, and complementary on the other side. They have to have it this way in, and actually without a spacer, this one, and they should have 100 Newton meters of torque, this one, and the complementary one over there, and also these ones, they should also have Newton meters, so be aware of that. And you have to torque it up after 1,000 kilometers of driving. I'm just gonna turn it around like this. That was very bad for my back, I could feel, but I have to do it like that. So cool. Just checking. Just goes down, and yeah, I know it. 19 maybe? Exactly. Okay. Just not going all the way. Nice. And in here, and then just with a nut. I'm just trying out if I can get up here. Yeah, I can. That's awesome. Okay. From the inside and out. Okay, cool. Den der bænd er det der hul der, ikke? Det skal jeg også lige finde ud af her. So what I did here was two black ones as the hitch, and you obviously have to cut it to get it all the way in. So that's why I aligned it here, to just be able to see where I should cut it. And I'm trying to do that now with just a normal knife. Now I just removed this, and when I bought the car and the hitch, he gave me one of these, like a sketch for how much to cut. So I just tried to mimic that, and now I'm just using the knife.
Generally, when you're cutting towards yourself, that's a bad idea. Here I had a very short blade, and I used a lot of force, like pushing into the plastic so it wouldn't slip as easily, and I was tensioning up my arm, so when it slips, it does that in a second, you can see that it doesn't go that far like that.
Nice. Yes. And it says like up here they cut it, and they did a lot of these things because they only sold used Hyundai Konas, so I'm trusting this. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Bara med så vi får I forgot. And you can see here, I just have my lovely assistant helping me with getting this on. And now it looks like this. Just gonna give an uppercut to the camera, so I'm just gonna do like this instead.
Now you can see it. 3, 2, 1.
The serial number is right below here. Mine ends with a P, and that's only 105 Newton meters of torque. I'm just gonna torque this at 105 now. Yeah. The connectors I had to reinstall it with cable ties because the space is occupied by the beam now, so this beam. So yeah, that's just how I fitted it. So reconnect it first and then fit it. Cool. There you go. The other one. Can you see it? The great thing with these plastic things are that they don't scratch as much. Four clips, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these 2 clips as well. So I have to remove this one. 3 screws, and you just take it out. Then right here, you have this rubber ring seal. You have to get the cable down there from upstairs. From the top, and then you just take, so there's enough wiring for you to work on, and then you have to mount it.
There's numbers on the connector itself that has to correspond to the colors on this particular wiring kit.
To a blue and black. first, and then the knot. Now I have a lot of spare, but I'm going to zip tie it up on the beam. Goes from back here up on the beam. Zip tie, zip tie, zip tie. And because I can't really zip tie it here, I've done something so it won't rub against this. Because over a lot of kilometers, this is gonna tear and wear on your cable. On it up there and up there. When we install this plating, you also have to cut this to make it fit, but it's quite easy. Put some silicone here to seal it off, as it says in the manual. And I just took, by the way, this connector off for the lighting. It's right down there, so I could get this further out. Down there you can barely see where the wiring is exposed. I took it way too far down, so remove some of the tape that it says and do it in the middle like this. Instead, I'm just gonna give it some electrical tape to just isolate it from the other wiring. I just put on the ignition. Now I'm taking this one down in the small groove. Remember to have your ground. There's no fog light on now, so 0 volts. Now I'm just gonna go in and turn it on. Here we have 12 volts. Turn off the ignition. We're cutting it here to put on the connectors. This is the fog light symbol, obviously. We have the yellow one, which is the one I just cut and measured on. This is the light bulb, and this is the switch for the light bulb. So you should think this of being the light bulb itself. This one, so that has to have a male connector with the big connector, and the other side should have a female connector with the smaller connector. This is very important. The reason they are saying use smaller contact is that you have 2 contacts here. One of them is bigger. This one is bigger. This is for 2 wires that is going to the fuse box. This one you want to use. This is for a single wire. So keep that in mind to use here. And at first you're gonna uninsulate the wiring. I had to take the whole bundle out. I used my pry tool here to just go in between the clip that holds it, like down here, and then just forcing it out. I needed that because my crimping tool is all the my isolation is all the way down here. Be aware not to cut anything else with this end when you're unisolating. I had to use the 0.75. Put this right here like this, so it both gets the isolating to touch and the other one around it like that. So when you're crimping it, you need to be like, there's 2 sizes, so there's this one, this is a big one, you need the big one for that, and then the other one is the small one, which is around the wiring, so you get it nice and tight. Remember to turn off the ignition before this, because if your pliers get in contact with the chassis, it may blow the fuse. So now I got it, and I'm just taking this one, and you can see here that it's a male one. So I'm just taking this one, and I have to, it can only fit one way. Yeah, now I got it in, and it has to say click. Now it's time for the female connector on the other side. I just saw that this one is the middle one, 2.5, and the big one. I didn't get the wiring in before I clamped it down, so I just took a pick, put it in, and just gently wiggled it. These breaks very easily, so you only get 2 chances with these. I've got this clamped on, can pull it. I just put this wiring up here so it didn't bother me, and that was actually the trick, to get this big plier in there like this or something like that. Yeah, and it clicked. Those are a male to a female. I'm just checking it to make sure. With these connectors, when you're putting them on, they don't feel nice, but they are on. So it's just not like, it's not like something like that. It's like, this one here is the grounding, which I put on here. Just took off this nut and put both of them on there. Okay, so on the drawing it says green and brown, or gray and orange. This connector is this connector, and it makes sense because it goes to the rear tail light right here, and that's obviously for the tail light, just like on this connector. The button is on the lower side at the bottom, and it's here. And number 2 from the right is gray and orange. So I'm just tapping in and seeing if that's correct. It should be at 12 when I get the brake lights. Now the brake lights are on, off, on, off. I just pulled off this tape here and found the wire right there. You just find the one that is gray and orange. Mine is there, and just plug it into here with one of the connectors, one of these. This is for the canvas system. You need to take off the battery negative terminal and be sure that they are not connected while you're doing this. This is the connector. Look for these grooves down here. That's those here, the yellow ones. Then you need to tap into number 2, which is a white one, and number 9, I think. Yeah, 2 and 9. 9, which is a brown one. Black to white and brown to yellow. And then we have this one, an extra that you don't have to use. Then we have the canvas trailer module here. You have to put in the connector there. This is for something else that you don't need, and use one of the sticky pads to put it on here. And finally we have this one. It needs to go down here and follow the car in this side. Took this rubber gasket, or what you can call it, out. Then I fed it in through here from the behind, obviously, until I could see it here. And I took a pair of pliers, gently taking it out. And then I put it down here, all the way in here, and I just fed it in here. And then I was able to, with a pair of pliers, I could take it out here, and then I could just put it down here, taking the seal off again, the rubber gasket. Then I took the handle off, the handle for the bonnet. Just have to pull it out there, this way, and then lighting. In here, I pulled it this way, and I took it down here, and I pulled it out as well. And here I just pulled it this way. I was able to get it out, and then I fed it up through here, and here it is. The big one for these two, they have to be connected. And it says like it has to go from this side, and it's number 3 from the top and 7. I just put cable ties up so the whole thing isn't just dangling around, and hopefully it's gonna just close. This one I have to reinstall right here, and down here I just sealed it off with a silicone sealer, marine sealer. Yeah, and I just gave it some wiring tape here, and up here some cable ties, so now I'm trying to close it up.
I really hope you succeeded in this operation, which by the way is at your own risk. Thanks for watching, bye.